So we get this a lot. It's a fertility question when it comes to using testosterone treatment. So some of the younger guys ask, like, if they, decide that they want to create a family with their partner, if they're taking TRT, is that going to affect it, like the fertility?
Yeah. We have, as we've grown over time, I think we're 7 for 7, or now we're actually 8 for 6. So we've had 6 guys that have wanted to have kids. Well, 7 guys that wanted to have kids. One couple, 8 pregnancies, by the way. So out of the 6 people that we're trying, we have 8 pregnancies. 2 of our clients that were taking testosterone were not trying, in general, to get pregnant. One of our clients thought that he would never be able to have children because a doctor told him and his wife that she wasn't able to conceive. And so we think that that's sort of a miracle baby. We just got that good news last week. They had been trying for their entire lives and had been to fertility clinics, and they didn't think that it was possible for her to get pregnant. And he's been with us on testosterone for about 5 years. When he first came to the clinic, he wasn't taking testosterone because they had been trying to conceive, and that's sort of when they got the bad news. But now, like I said, he just informed me that she's pregnant, so they're very excited. And they sort of view it as a miracle. So he's a case where he was taking testosterone, unexpectedly got his wife pregnant. We have another client who wasn't trying. He actually thought that he couldn't get his wife pregnant when he was taking testosterone. It's a sort of a funny story for us because, we're always telling clients when they're younger that if they go on testosterone, their fertility might decrease a little bit. And that if they took testosterone for a long period of time, we're not 100% sure, what the impact would be. So, for example, if a 21-year-old started doing testosterone and then wanted to have his first kid at 50, after 29 years of testosterone, who knows what his fertility would look like. But in any event, we had a client who was at lunch with his wife, and she surprised him with a note from the waiter that she was pregnant. And he thought because he was taking testosterone that he couldn't get her pregnant. So it was pretty funny that he was calling me from lunch and saying, "Hey, I didn't think that I could get my wife pregnant. What's going on? She's pregnant." And we're like, "No, your fertility just might have been a little bit reduced when you're taking testosterone." This is the same process. When your body is producing testosterone, it's also producing sperm at the same time. So he's another case where he got his wife pregnant while he was on therapy, and he was on therapy, I think, for over a year. And then of the other 6 guys, we had 3 that just continued to stay on testosterone, and they wanted to give, having sex and the wife conceiving while they were on testosterone chance, and all 3 of those guys were successful. And then we have another 3 that they did it more strategic, so they came off the testosterone, they did a little post-psychotherapy, and I think that they were taking Clomid, and they did HCG, and they got as a couple, they got pregnant shortly thereafter. So we're less concerned about fertility now with all of these success cases. It probably, when you're taking testosterone, it does probably reduce fertility, but we've seen plenty of cases where couples end up having children, and even while they're still taking testosterone. So it's obviously something that we're aware of and that we inform people of, especially the younger people. So if we had this case, I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had a younger male coming to us. Him and his wife, he was still dragging, still had all the classic symptoms of low testosterone, so low energy, difficult time losing fat, lower libido, had some mental fog issues. And he wanted to go on testosterone, but he and his wife were going to try in the very near future. So we ended up putting him on Clomid in the short term, which will, we take a look at the follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, to understand whether Clomid might have a positive impact on testosterone levels. And in his case, it looked like it was going to be a good option to boost testosterone, and it was going to boost fertility. And so now they're trying to conceive as well, but that just happened, I think, 1 or 2 weeks ago. So there are a lot of different options when it comes to men and boosting testosterone levels and testosterone. And like I said, some guys are even good candidates to go on Clomid. And for the right guy, it provides a great boost, helps them to get in better shape. And then a lot of those guys can even come off Clomid, and if they're in much better shape, their natural testosterone levels might improve as well. So yeah, from a fertility standpoint, we always suggest that you go about your everyday normal life. If you wanted to conceive with your wife, to just have sex and enjoy it, right? And then when if they then struggle to get pregnant, then that might be an opportunity to change and to go off of testosterone and do a reset cycle, and then get pregnant down the road. But in general, we haven't had that issue, thank God. Like I said, we're 8 for 6. 6 people were trying, 2 people were not trying. And so we haven't experienced any type of negative issues. So it's always great.
Piggyback question for this. Would there be a difference between the clients that use a gonadotropin medication, stimulating medication, to have easier facility to perhaps be more fertile while taking testosterone?
Yeah, well, in general, we're trying to have our clients, we used to take HCG when guys were on testosterone in order to keep their testes active. Now there are a couple products. We're using gonadorelin. In some cases, we're using enclomiphene. And then there's another peptide, which is called kisspeptin, which they're all designed to keep your body producing FSH and LH, which then gets your testes to produce testosterone. So we're trying to keep people's innate ability to produce testosterone active and going. And so, that's probably one of the reasons why we've had that success with the guys that have been taking the testosterone, is that their bodies continue to take testosterone. So we haven't, when we put guys on therapy, for the most part, unless they're older and unless they're past the age where they want to have children, we're normally keeping them on something which is keeping their own body producing testosterone. Like you said, the gonadorelin, kisspeptin, we used to use HCG, and then there's enclomiphene. And so we're trying to maintain their ability to produce testosterone. If they were 70 or 60 and they absolutely knew that they didn't want to have children, obviously they could just take testosterone. And in that case, they might not take one of those other secondary products. Although we do find that some guys have a better libido when they take those. So that would be another reason, and or aesthetics. As you know, we get a lot of concern over testicular atrophy. And so for guys from an aesthetic perspective, if they don't want their testicles to atrophy, they also would stay on one of those products, which would help be beneficial in that way.
Interesting. Thank you for that. And that's all the questions I had for today.
Awesome. If you guys liked the video, do us a favor, smash the like button, follow us on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, subscribe to our channel, share this, hit the like button, ask us questions, and we will catch you at the next episode.